Yeah.
If it turns out what I want to do, if it turns out that's not what I want to do, I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna live my life based on what actually makes me happy, and not on a plan that I made, 10 years ago when I was just 16, So I'm kind of just I'm just gonna ride the waves,
Yeah, I mean that's what that's kind of for me. Like I tended to like plan my future in a sense, and I did with like starting becoming a chef, an apprentice. I kind of had anything planned, and then things just didn't go the way I kind of wanted it. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna let life go on really, and just see what happens.
Exactly. And I think there's a beauty in the freedom of not knowing.
Yeah.
Like, because it is freeing. If you have your whole life planned out, you're going to be worried that you're not meeting these deadlines, and you're not doing this and that and whatever. And that's not actually making you happy as a person, is it?
No.
At the end of the day, you want to... I mean, personally, I want to live my life where I'm just happy for as long as possible, because fuck yeah, that's the best way. So like, if my plan's like actually doing the opposite of that, then it's clearly the wrong path to be going down, That's my plans anyway.
Yeah.
My plan is that there is...
Hey guys, sorry, who was like,
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
well,
Yeah.
what happened there?
Yeah, I mean, with me, I kind of, with me, kind of being an apprentice chef, and kind of back then everything kind of going like I had a plan, like I had a path, and if I like kept on it, then, I'd have the choice to start up a restaurant or like go join a restaurant. But I think it's how life can just, events can happen out of nowhere, or like what the path you're on, you're just not really liking it, and it kind of pushes you to another path, and that's what kind of happened to me. So now that's kind of made me realize that, yeah, I don't know, I'm just not focusing.
Like, I like to see life as like just one big straight motorway, and all these random things that can come up are all the ramps and the side roads that you can take to, just change things up a bit. I have to say, don't be afraid to drive off the motorway and go onto those side roads.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I agree.
how I described it is like, and how you said it, Callum, is literally how I think of it. Is you're going down one like going down a massive road in a sense. And with me through life, sometimes I'll get knocked into another path, and it will take me somewhere that I don't know, but I have to kind of just accept it and gain from it, and just see what happens, really. I think like everyone's kind of been there, where they know they're going in a good direction, all of a sudden something just happens, and then you kind of just have to start from the bottom again, which is not the nicest feeling, but hey, you grow from it, I guess. I think all the bad things that happen kind of allow you to grow and get better, which is why I say a lot, like, just because you've had a negative, that's not a bad thing, because you're never gonna, if you never make mistakes, you're never gonna grow, because you're never gonna learn.
You're never gonna learn.
You're never gonna learn.
Yeah.
If anything, people learn more from their mistakes than they do just being right all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I have,
exactly.
I mean, oh god, I have no clue what where I'm at right now. Like, I'm still, I've thankfully got back into sixth form. Did I really want to be back? Not. It was kind of like a 50. Like, I didn't have anywhere else to go. I finished and I left my apprenticeship. I was no longer at college, and I had to still be in education. If I was like 18, then I would have gone and worked somewhere else. But I had to be in education, so I had to persuade the head of sixth form for me to come back, and I am back, thankfully, and I do enjoy music, but I'm there for more the practical side. Theory, I don't really care. It's more just like getting there, recording, and but for me right now, I don't really have a path in a sense. I'm just letting life go on, and maybe it take a year.
I think as young people, we're sort of expected from, I mean, especially in our school, quite an early age. Like we picked our GCSEs at what, year 8 or something, wasn't it? It was year 8, year 9.
Year 9,
We
yeah.
started them in year 9, so it was end of year 8 we picked them. And
Yeah.
those GCSE choices that you pick do have a really big effect on what's going to happen, because
I think
that
it's too
affects what
early,
your
man.
A
I think
levels
it's
can
too
be.
early.
I had fucking no clue what I was going to be doing in year 8. I had no clue. I think I thought I wanted to be a photographer. How that changed. How that goddamn changed. We're supposed to know, and you're expected to know, and the amount of people that stress the fuck out because they don't know what they want to do, and then they sort of think of themselves like they're some sort of failure. It's like, no, that's wrong, and that's the wrong way to be looking at it. If you don't know, there's a beauty in it, and that you should just be given, you know, still quite a wide variety of learning,
Yeah.
so that you have options when you finally do know. Because, like, how many people will be doing art, drama, and, you know, say science because they like them? Turns out they want to do something completely opposite to that, and they can't now because of all the GCSEs. They have to then retake all their GCSEs, and that's too much effort, and so then they don't do what they want to be doing.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
that's the same with me. Like, I don't know. I didn't even know what I wanted to do back then. I think I was very into like aircraft. I loved aircraft a lot.
I remember you wanted to be in the RAF, didn't you?
I did. And I was close.
Oh, yeah.
I was very, very close. To not leaving school and going, but to put myself down as a reserve and they go for it, because I love the war. I love the aspects of war, and I also loved aircraft. I know too much.
Aspects of war.
I know.
Do you mean the actual like side of killing, or do you mean the adventure?
The adventure.
Places.
Yeah, the journey of you know, to day one, to going through, you know, years of training, to then getting out on the battlefield. I mean, you know, for me it would be up in the sky, and just knowing that you're serving your country, and you know, if you was, you know, and the thing is for me is I didn't, especially back then, I just didn't really have a fear of death, and I think, you know, if I did die in a fireball, you know, plummeting to the ground, I think that'd be the coolest way. And knowing that I served my country, it'd be cool.
Fair enough, man.
I think if I wasn't in a relationship back then, I think I would have gone for it. But you know, not just that, but family as well. I think I kind of had a phase. I was like, yeah, no, it was a bit too early. But I think everyone kind of goes through those phases of like, you know, they want to do this, want to do that. But I think when you get more into like your 16, you know, the age of like 16, 17, it kind of makes sense a bit. Or maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Maybe you still don't know what you want to do. But I tried out a lot of things.
Like we said earlier, there is a beauty and a freedom in not knowing. Just because you don't know and everyone else does, I think that, you know, that's as fine as having a plan for your whole life, because I think you have, by not knowing and not having a plan, you're freer and you have more options.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you, Callum, you were doing the YouTube back then.
Yeah, that was. Obviously, I say it quite cringe now, and I look back at it, I was like, I don't know why I wanted to be. Yeah, I was thinking about being a YouTuber. Very, very, very low chances, but it's a very
luck based.
Well, yeah, there's many
career
things
path,
come into it. You need to have a good personality. You need to be very consistent. It needs to be high quality content. It needs to be doing variety and all that shit. And I was just none of those things.
Yeah,
I was just a kid in school, like just recording videos of him playing games, which didn't really appeal to many people.
Well, the thing is,
that's why
you were. I think this, if this is to anyone who wants to start Twitch, YouTube, or want to be a creator on that platform, is, you know, it's kind of like the music industry. I compare a lot of things, especially like that, to the music industry, because it's so hard to get to the top, especially nowadays. Like, it's so hard to get to the top.
I think nowadays the market for you, like especially gaming YouTubers, it's so saturated. There's just so many people, and like, how many YouTubers are out there that make fine content, absolutely fine quality, the whole 10 yards they make,
but they never reach the spotlight.
Yeah, they never reach the spotlight because they just haven't hit that curve, and they just won't, because that's just unlucky. They're just unlucky, and that doesn't say that they did anything wrong. It's just, I think it's a completely, like the music industry, I think potentially more so with the internet industry. You've got to, you either make it big or you don't. Like, I think if you put all your eggs in that basket, it's a dangerous game. Is all I'm trying to say. It's a dangerous game.
Yeah, I think especially, and this is what's very, like, I think this is what a lot of beginners do, is, and I can't really say any advice because I'm, yes, okay, I've started Twitch, I have 18 followers, which is not a lot, but for me that's a lot, but that's nowhere near, like, in the charts, if you know what I mean. But I think what a lot of people tend to do is when they start off, they think they need the best mic, the best PC, the best equipment, to start. And I think that's where loads of people lose hope in a sense, because they invest all into this nice gear. They've been streaming for, like, I don't know, 6-7 months or creating videos, whatever, and they've only gained, I don't know, maybe 100 subscribers. But it takes time. Like, it takes a lot of time to get somewhere. And I think with you, and kind of a question I want to ask you, mate, is if your YouTube channel never got hacked, and you kept on going, where do you think you'd be with it right now?
I'm not sure, because I was gaining subscribers at a decent rate. I mean, 120 subs in 14 months. I mean, it's not great, but it's not too bad either. If I was still doing it now, with the addition of all the videos I still have up, I mean, they're privated now, I'd probably be at maybe a few hundred subs, with, like, to accumulate all my views together, I'd be like definitely over 10,000 or so. Because I remember the biggest video on my old channel before it got hacked and deleted, it had 2,000 views.
That's pretty good, Callum.
Yeah.
I was sort of, I look back at it now, it was kind of clickbait, I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a video from a really old game called The Crew, made by Ubisoft, and it was just me and my friend drag racing up and down this highway. But people saw that and thought, oh, these kids are drag racing cars in this sort of big car game. I want to go see that. And so that's why 2,000 people clicked on it. It wasn't too bad of a video, but yeah, I was a squeaky little kid just driving a supercar up and down an airport runway.
Ah, nice. Nah, that sounds fun, bro.
Yeah, that video made up most of my channel. Yeah, it was fun.
Would you say that the YouTube was like a really good learning experience for you? Would you say, like, what could you say that you could take from the YouTube?
Well, back then, you have to be careful what you say, because believe it or not, during my time with YouTube, I actually did gain hate, and I had to make an apology video for my viewers to accept me again. It was actually, I think the main thing was due to sub button. So I had two other friends I was doing YouTube with who ran their own channels, and they were quickly gaining subs and views and stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, how are they gaining these subs and views so quickly? And so, and they just said, oh, I don't know, maybe we've just been noticed a little bit. So, and I had suspicions they were sub botting, and I was like, you know what? Maybe if I do a little bit of sub botting, people won't notice. I did it a little bit. People were like, oh, sweet, you're gaining more subs and views and stuff. But then, being the idiot I was, I did it to such an extent that it was easily noticeable. I shot up to like 100 subs, and I was at like 40 or something before that. So I gained 60 subs in like a day. Then I got all this hate, and I was like, oh yeah, people, you sub button and stuff. And then I did a Need for Speed stream, and people were just spamming comments saying, why'd you sub button stuff? And I was making up all these BS excuses, and I stopped the stream because how stressed I was. And then a couple of days later, I made an apology video, and then I could actually start just making normal videos again because people were accepting of it.
That's good. So I guess, so like, you learn that actions have consequences, and apologies do help. Like that's the thing. You actually put a proper heartfelt apology out there, and you actually do mean it, and people will forgive.
And that comes into the context of today, because you get all these YouTubers that made big mistakes, but they put these piss poor apologies out, thinking that their viewers will just accept it.
Oh god, yeah.
It's like when, like, as a kid, you accidentally hit little Tommy. Tommy went crying to his mum, and his mum would come over and make you apologise, and you go, sorry, Tommy, in this real shit way that just means nothing. It means nothing. You don't regret your actions at all. You're apologising because you have. And I think that's what it's like for some YouTubers. They don't mean to say they're sorry. They're saying sorry so they'll have a YouTube career.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
I mean, at the end of the day, like YouTubers with that amount of following, like that's their career. Like if their career goes down, like they're screwed. Like they have to.
Yeah, man.
But I think a key with streaming or recording, and I'm no expert, but I think confidence is probably like how I can be so like relaxed and chilled on this is because of, you know, I've worked in a lot of places in the past. I've talked to a lot of, you know, random people and strangers. So I think confidence is definitely a key. I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm nowhere near.
Confidence is massive.
I'm nowhere near.
I
But
can tell
no,
you
yeah.
that. I can tell that from my GCSEs. Literally, I went straight through that entire month with confidence, saying I'm going to pass every single fucking exam, and nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to answer every question, no matter if it's right or wrong. Like, just chuck some words in there. You never know. You could pick up a mark or so. And I came out and I passed the vast majority of my exams, except for English language. But yeah, apart from that, I think confidence is just a massive key. Because if you put yourself down thinking, "Oh my god, what if I fail?" Just don't think about that.
yeah,
Don't just.
that was kind of the same with me. I mean, I couldn't like revise in school. I was a person who got very easily distracted. Oh, and you'd know in music, mate, but I get distracted very quickly, and I
Man,
just
you were
can't.
supposed-
I just
you were
can't focus.
supposed to be sitting next to me, and yet you'd be at the back of the class half the fucking time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you'd put me. I'd still like talk. I'd still, you know, I just get distracted. So I think, especially leading up to GCSEs, I think at home, I'm very kind of like, especially my room, I'm kind of in my own space. Nothing's really there to distract me. And I just, you know, every freaking day, just like thinking, and that's the thing, you know, like if I didn't, then I probably wouldn't have got the results I got. But it kind of shows, you know, if you put, you know, dedication into it and, you know, you work hard for it, then, you know, you could be as dumb as me, but still, you know, pass. So
Yeah, I think GCSEs are a really weird method of testing people because it puts like so much stress on the kids. So
Yeah.
much stress. Like everyone's so worried they're gonna fuck their GCSEs up and fuck the whole life up, and that's why I think that it's not a good system. You know, it's not helping kids.
I've never
it's
agreed
just making them.
I've never agreed with school.
Nah, school's fucked, man.
You know, if I know GCSEs are like, you know, that they're gonna show to you know, businesses like what you're capable of and that, but you know, if I owned a big business and I was employing people, I'd focus more on their attitude and their personality. Like, even if they came in with like the worst grades possible, but they had a really good attitude to the job, I'd take them on board.
I mean, the thing is about like GCSE grades and stuff is I think it doesn't reflect, because it reflects what you could do when you were 6. Like, it doesn't reflect what you can do when you're 32.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you've literally got like twice that amount of life experience and time to get educated. You could be the dumbest dickhead when you're 16 and the smartest dude when you're 32. Those GCSE grades mean nothing, I swear.
That's why I hate it, because you're literally branded the person you are from back then, all those grades you achieved at 16. And like you said,
Exactly,
Auryn,
it's
like you could grow up years to come and you could become much more intelligent, but you'd have no test to prove it, and that's why they just go off your results that you got as a kid. It's horrible,
yeah.
and that's like Jude said. You should judge them by the person they are at that very time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, if you want to know what their abilities are, test them. Like,
Yeah.
give them a test, and then like do a literacy test and all that. Send that off to a regulated board, and then you will know what their abilities are at
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
And then check their you know, yeah.
What was I gonna say? When I said like, I don't like school. Like the part I like is meeting. Of course, you guys are meeting friends, getting to know new people. That's the only reason why I love school. is
Mm.
coming
you
in.
get to you
and-
get to spend so much time with your friends. You don't realize it until you've done it. Like you
Yeah.
appreciate it so much now than like back then. You just took it for granted. Like, oh, break time. It's only 20 minutes long. We wish we had much more time and shit. But that's so much time. Like you think about it now, all the adults and stuff, like all the hard working, they have so much time that they can't just use, like, because they're always working or doing housework or like, just shit like that, and they can't just go like down to the pub or something and have a drink with their mates because they're so busy all the time. Whereas as a kid, you have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Man. No, it's definitely like a learning experience when you just like you don't even know what's going on. But this quarantine has really made me realize how much I appreciate my time with my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we've had some mad times. Sure.
Exactly, like it.
And I think that's the only like as I said, that's the only thing I can respect about school is me, know all you guys and meeting new people and gaining friends. But sometimes I think like as much as I can sit here and say like, oh yeah, like throughout school, it's just like it's kind of just wasted my life away throughout like every lesson. But I like taking positives out of things and meeting socializing with new people and going all the memories that we made as a group. That's what I can take away from it. Like I hated a lot of lessons. Okay, music I loved, PE I loved. Those were lessons I were mainly into, but the rest, like, I don't know.
I know there's a lot of
They felt a
shit.
lot less important.
There's a lot of shit that we learn in school that we will never use, like for the rest of our lives. But some of it, I would say, it's useless, but it's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I guess, for example, some bits in history. I mean, obviously, some bits in history are fucking dead. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I hated
Oh,
history
God.
with a passion.
Public health was crap, but like stuff about, like, I don't know, the cathedral and the World War. That stuff was quite interesting. And
I agree, Callum. I agree.
like,
Owen,
we'll never
you,
use it,
yeah, I
but
know
it's
you
good.
focus on history quite, but like, you kind of, you did really well in your history, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I back until like midway through year 11, I was doing terribly at history. Like, I was doing terribly at history, but I got a teacher called Mr. Matthews, and I don't know what it was, but he just made the subject click for me. Like, he described it in a way that really clicked for me, which actually really brought my confidence. And it was, because of that, I got a level 7, which is the equivalent of an A grade somehow in history, which is an amazing. And I literally put that entire grade down to that teacher, literally just helping me out.
Yeah, I had him as well in history. I've got to admit, he was quite the legend. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he
one of
was
those
really
teachers you
good.
expect to like. And yeah, that's how I got a 5 in history. Obviously, a 5 is not amazing, but it's not shit either. But yeah, I mean, obviously, pass grades are 4, so 5's a little bit higher.
Exactly. So it's brilliant. That's the thing. Like, it's all about getting them pass grades. That's all that matters, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
You
I
never
mean,
have to touch it again.
I know we had a friend who like didn't do
as well.
as well. But the thing is, and this is what I'm proud of him about, is like in music, he's doing so much better. Like he's I think he's got himself. I'm not gonna say I don't know for why the reasons why he wasn't focusing. It could be personal issues, I don't know. But
No.
knowing that I think he's on a better path now. And I think that's with a lot of people as well. Like, but I think well, for me, I think what I struggled the most with is in a lot of my classes, like English and like maths, I didn't really have any mates in those classes. Like, it was so mixed. So I was kind of just like, I don't know. I just didn't. I'd rather have like a couple like of my mates in there just so like I can like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was lucky with my classes. In pretty much every single class, I had friends that I was really close with, and I could work with as well. So that really helped
Yeah.
me with regards to education, because I wasn't just sitting alone in the classroom full of people I don't know or even potentially hate.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and your only sort of close friend, if they are kind of a nice person, is your teacher.
Yeah, no, that must suck, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I'm
That-
really grateful and lucky that I had really good classes.
Well, that's why I like music, and especially P a lot, because I was around all my mates.
Oh, P was amazing.
P
You were
was,
my P.
but honestly, especially like year 10, 11, like P banged. Like,
I'm so annoyed because I'm much more into fitness now than I was back then, and I wish I tried harder in PE really, because I just saw it as a sort of thing to hang out with your mates and just fuck about. But
yeah,
I wish I could have done so much better if I had the sort of mindset I had now back then.
it was so annoying because it was
Yeah,
either with I think because we did like basketball a lot, and for me it was either a lesson I was either like good at basketball one lesson, or I was absolutely dog shite the next.
Yeah, we
lesson.
were inconsistent.
It
It was
was
still
so-
fun though.
It was really fun. No, it really.
No, I like doing basketball obviously because actually my dad used to be basketball. I can't remember for what team. He used to play as a kid, and even
Yeah.
up to throughout adulthood. And it was until he fucked up both his ankles.
Oh,
And
God.
ouch.
yeah. Obviously he's fine now, but yeah, he isn't playing much since. He does coaching now in Dover, I think. And
Oh, sick.
because him and his best mate, literally, he's known this person for like his whole life as a kid, and they've started this sort of team, and they're training up this group of kids to become the new team there. So I think that's gonna be wicked.
Damn.
Awesome.
I mean, I could never. I mean, I love to play like sports, but I can't sit and watch play. Like I can't like for instance like for football, like I don't mind going out and playing it on the field, but I can't sit down and watch it on the TV for some reason. It's
Yeah, I
probably just because I'm
agree.
not really into football as much. I'm more of like a water sports person than like a land sports. I don't know what they call it, but that kind of sports area. But yeah, I'm hoping
What,
to
the
get
mugger?
yeah. Oh yeah, the mugger. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get more on the water this year when things.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's obviously I personally like golf, which people
No,
sometimes shift
golf
and
bangs
think, "Oh,
actually. I
Golf bangs. Yeah, I'm actually playing it this Saturday, which is gonna be really good.
Oh,
So
sick.
I
Callum,
played
take me golfing sometime. I'd love to learn.
Yeah,
we boys
we-
should play golf. I think.
Yeah, people. I know some people off. So like some of us in the group say, no, it's boring and stuff. It's not. Trust me,
No.
it is fun. And even when it's all of us just together playing golf, it'll be
Yeah.
a fucking laugh.
I mean,
honestly,
I used to play golf quite well. Not as much as Callum, I think, but I used to play it quite a bit. And yeah, no, it's very
It's
like
satisfying.
it depends how I think I did like I don't know, I think it's like an 8. I think I did like 18 holes, I think. And if you don't have a golf cart, it can be like a bit of a walk, but being outside, being with your mates or family, whatever, and just playing a bit of golf,
Oh, that's a large. If you're using a cart on a large 18 hole, then yeah, you'll definitely need a cart, because walking that is I usually play on the par 3 courses, which means par 3, which is what they expect you to get it from the tee into the hole with 3 hits.
Oh,
And yeah, those are walking distance courses. They're decent sized, and obviously they're also quite difficult. But yeah, you can just walk them. They're absolutely fine. But if you're playing like a par 4 or 5, or maybe even larger, you'll definitely need a cart because they're massive.
I think
Yeah,
I've driven a golf cart once, and
It's fun.
they are fun. They are fun. Do you remember? Oh, when was it? When Danny tried to take Jack a golf cart.
Oh god.
Oh,
I
and you
don't
were
know
so
if
messed that day, man. You
So
were
funny.
hammered, my guy.
I don't know if he was like,
Oh, I was dead. Like,
I don't know if he was fucked and like he just couldn't like understand how to drive it, or if it was generally sort of broken.
Because
I
all
don't think it was
all the
broken because-
golfers were at one end of the golf
They
golf
started
course.
walking towards him.
And then Danny was just trying to. He got it in reverse, I think.
I think it was.
He
too
said it
fucked.
was on, and he was trying to get it into drive, but he couldn't. I think I don't know, but he got it into reverse and that. But yeah. Oh, and I apologize.
kid
I
honestly
apologize
makes
for
me
getting
laugh.
you absolutely wasted that day. If you guys don't
Dude,
know,
it's all
we
your
did
fault.
we do you
all
guys
your
should know this,
fault.
but we do a game called beer pong, and it's
everyone knows.
everyone knows beer pong, and I may have put a little bit too much vodka in the cups for
Mate,
Auryn.
you just put like half a cup of vodka.
I
and,
did-
like,
I
a
did-
tenth of a cup
I'm not.
of
I
Will.
did do the same for Will. But
No,
I
you
just
didn't.
I
That's
did.
Bullshit.
Well, no. Think about it.
Bullshit.
No, listen, because first of all, Will can take alcohol a lot better than you can. So that's why it's kind of hard to believe. But no, he had reason to be the same. But that just shows you can't really. And I'm a very lightweight as
We're
well.
wrong
So,
here.
but hey,
We're wrong
you
here.
know, you were, yeah. I don't think you could even stand up. I don't think.
Bro,
you
I
were-
was literally fucking so dead. You have no idea. It was like painful.
Cause we went down to the
Do you remember
beach and
that?
we just ditched you. I think we just ditched. We
Yeah.
we just went to go see.
assholes.
Oh no,
I
we
think
were.
we went to meet up at me. Was it?
Oh yeah, no,
I swear
no, because you came out and then we went to the golf course thing and
And yeah,
So
Auryn
that-
was on the beach.
and then we came back and Auryn was just lounging there, just like.
You just left him.
But yeah, I gotta be careful next time we do beer pong because I
Oh,
don't know,
that
you
time
could
at
do the same.
Will's. when we
I'm
did
never
beer
letting
pong.
you pour me my drinks again, Jude. Just so
Well,
you
you
know.
say
got-
that last time we did beer pong at
Will's.
Tyler's, I
No, I'm
what's
pretty sure it was
it?
at Will's.
poured out the drinks, so
No,
and
it
you
was
were
at
fine.
Will's. It was
So-
at Will's.
And
Yeah.
Tyler got fucked.
I mean, that's just Tyler's thing, though. He
Yes.
cannot handle his.
Yeah, he. And then Jude, you put like deep heat or something all over it.
Ah, good time.
Yeah, I've got videos and pics
Have
of that.
my,
That was amazing.
My earphones died.
Oh,
Oof. That's unfortunate, bro.
yeah, that was bloody hilarious.
No, man, we've had some good times, haven't we? We've had. Some...
Yeah, we just got to plan some more stuff.
Why can't?
That's the
What's-
thing. Just after
Ah,
quarantine, as
that's
soon as
why.
lockdown's
Okay,
over, I'm down for everything.
Yes, definitely.
There you go. Cool.
Like, I've already got a plan for me and like some of my family members and stuff. Just go out and just get fucking pissed.
Lovely, it's the way.
I was
It's-
No, I think-
so gutted when I was working and Callum got absolutely like screwed with alcohol. I was at work that day. I was kind of glad I didn't because of the aftermath, but
Yeah.
it seemed
yeah.
like good fun.
From what I can remember, I know you keep saying why didn't you go outside, but I literally lost control of my body. I
It's okay. I'm over it, bro.
yeah, I know. Like if I knew like I had to go outside, I would have forced myself to go outside. I didn't want to throw up in your fucking.
You know,
Um,
you know now, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but
yeah.
honestly, I just got so fucking pissed, and then I just kept asking for like shit, and then yeah, I just started blacking out, and
Yeah, when you start
and then I-
start blacking out, you know shit's gonna go down. That's
Yeah,
like
it was-
I'm going to die today.
yeah.
and then I fucking so you offered me a shower, and I said yeah, which no one had ever accepted. But yeah,
Well,
I just
You're a... Mate,
But
I
actually,
offered it 'cause I
the
wasn't just
a
gonna
shower's
let my
like a
mate,
shout. Like if you ever like drunk, like a shower is actually like a good call.
yeah, it was good, but I was so pissed. I didn't even like wash myself. I just stood under the running water. It didn't help. Like, I came out, my hair was still like stunk and I still had sick in it. I
Oh,
was oh, fucking hell. So I came back down and then we all went out onto the streets and like just chilled for a bit. And then I went down to the chippy and then I went home. And my parents were like, "We should be pissed, but it was too funny to see you fucking that drunk." And so yeah,
Damn.
I
It's pretty
literally
funny.
I finished my food and then got straight in the bath. I was like,
Yeah, I don't blame you, bud. I don't blame you.
Yeah, as fucked as that was, and I can only remember half of the day. It was a good day.
No, it was a good time. Like, other than having to clear your fucking.
oh man,
disgust.
I know I
But-
wasn't there, man, but I still feel bad for you, like the amount of what you guys described to me, like you obviously cleared up a lot of sick that day.
Yeah, I'm still scarred, mate. Like,
Never again. Next time we party, I'm just gonna get like tipsy, but not smash at my
No,
head.
no. Like get
bro, just
you can
don't
get
vomit
drunk
in my
just-
house. Like,
just vomit outside, because then you
Yeah,
can get the
outside.
hose and hose it down.
hose that bitch down. That's
Or
just-
like when I'm getting like to that point when I'm getting really fucked, just sit outside. Just
Yeah,
like,
or
yeah.
just
I
go
remember
up to
calm
Owen's
myself.
toilet and just stick your head over and just. It's better out than in though.
Yeah.
It's better to get it out than keep it in your system.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh, that's the thing though. That's my problem with alcohol. Like when you overdo alcohol, it's horrible. Like I think we've all been there.
Yes.
Where
It
we've
wasn't
drunk
great.
too much, and it's just not a fun experience for anyone.
I broke my
Um,
watch and lost my shirt. Fucked up my shirt that day.
Exactly. It's not what you need, is it? It's like
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I just
Us-
get extremely tired. I just like pass out.
No, I get.
If I ever pass out, then that's like my body telling me like, do not drink anymore, or you will get like
die.
I will die.
I
Yeah.
get-
Fucking die.
I get anything but tired when I'm drunk.
Like, but
I
I'm
just get
kind of
hyped up and shit.
I'm kind of glad. Like, I know people say like, oh, like it's not good to be a lightweight because you can't drink as much. But I find it better to be a lightweight because you can just get like drunk like a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And you can kind of, I don't know.
You have to hammer down as much alcohol down your throat.
Exactly, yeah. But yes, boy, we're now gonna head into the little break section. I gotta go pee, get water and that. But we will be back in about 10 minutes. Next, we'll be heading down to the radio show part of the podcast last stream that I was going to upload that got corrupt and had the copyright strikes. Is I'm going to be showcasing my cousin's band, TheMalPractice, their new single that came out, and I'll go more into that after the break. But me, Callum, and Auryn will see you in 10 minutes. Right. Hello guys, welcome back. Just with me for the moment. I just want to showcase off a song. The band called TheMalPractice. This is my cousin Leon's band. And that, yeah, please go check them out. They've recently released a song called Cymbals. They released it around May, so pretty recent. And I'm gonna just give you guys a little preview. Their Instagram and their Spotify will be down in the description. Please go give them support. They have currently around 181 monthly listeners, so they're doing alright for themselves. But yeah, this is Cymbals by MalPractice.
Your mum found out, she break your knees. You're so cool, gang. The way your company, they only want you for your drug money. Doing things behind your back. Try and get a grip, mate, you're addicted to crack. Cymbals! 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 You disrespected the family name.
And guys, yeah, that was Cymbals by TheMalPractice. Yeah, please guys, Shams, support guys, doing really well at the moment. They perform a lot down at the Ramsgate main hall, and that, so they do performances down there. But yeah, that was TheMalPractice. Go check them out. And that. But when I just wish, like, sometimes I think, like, what if we continued our school band? You know, that we audio flood, yeah. It kind of sounds like a bit like an EDM DJ thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we all have those. Everyone should have like a playlist of just like old bangers, you know. I got 86. Bro, honestly, it takes you back. You know, it takes you back, bro. Classic. Why is it stupid? Oh, I don't like dubstep. I don't like dubstep. Skrillex I can listen to. I don't know. I think the thing I dislike about dubstep, I hear songs that kind of like put too much. Sometimes I think I overload it a bit much, which kind of drowns it out a bit. That's just my opinion. Yeah. I mean, I find it very repetitive, but in a good way, because it goes on, and then but something small changes, but it's very kind of obvious to like. Oh, it's good. I like it. Yeah, mate. Make things. Oh, it be make. Yeah.
Yeah,
Normally the second one.
that's not the reaction I had.
That's why, like, yeah, it's cool. I really like it. You know, I really fuck with the people
think
that are like,
I think it has to be like a. It's something I just can't play anytime. It has to be like a certain like event or a certain moment.
You are wrong.
I can't just
I'll
play it
always
anytime.
listen to always listen to songs. I've got a morning mood side trance playlist. I've got the party trance playlist. I've got every type of, I've got a lot of side trance.
Auryn is a side trance connoisseur.
I'm not. I'm really not. Sebbers. Honestly, Sebbers. I'm not the side trance connoisseur. I wish I was. Compared to Seb, though, absolutely not. He is definitely like.
You're making it sound like you are with all these different playlists, all these different times of the day.
Yeah, but like, to be fair, some of them are Seb's playlists that he sent over to me that I just add to, so they're kind of mine, but mostly his. But he gives me a lot of side trance, that one.
Got to rate him for that.
Like
Nice.
if I'm like a sesh, then like side trance like all day every day. But if I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll listen to it if I'm like vibing or like doing work. But it's not my go-to. But if I'm with you guys and we're like vibing that, yeah, I'll listen to it.
That's the way. Like literally, side trance is the way. It's
Is
probably one of my favorite genres. My three favorite genres is like hard rock, so like royal bloody sort of rock, psy trance, and drum and bass. I think those are my favorite genres.
I don't really have genres.
Maybe those.
I'm very open to like the music.
I'd put you in jazz. I'd put you in rock. I don't know what the third one would be. What would you say? What would you say other than jazz and rock? Because I mean, maybe funk. I don't know. Are you funky? I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not. I don't. I'll listen to any music really. The only music I will not listen to is like hard,
Pop.
thrashy, like metal pop. Yeah, that kind of like. I'll listen to anything but that. I'm very open to music.
Anything but that.
Anything but that, I'll listen to. And also,
Yeah.
with me listening to music, as much as I want to see how like good it sounds, it's also kind of like a vibe thing. Like if I'm like feel or not, but if not,
Yeah.
Of course, man. Like, you won't feel all the genres of music at all times. Like sometimes I will be in the mood more for the rock side of things, and sometimes it's more on the, I just completely lost my train of thought. Like, the psytrance sort of stuff. It's all about mood for me.
Yeah, it's
Different genres for different moments. Nope.
It's always
Oh.
You're muted.
Yeah. No, we're all there.
yeah. Discord could be very very like I don't know. I think I'm gonna
Buggy.
use Zoom because it's
Do you think it'll be better?
yeah because Discord does not operate well with OBS. The
Okay,
software I
fair enough.
use it's just not very sustainable.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm hoping I want to keep the streams going for as long as I can.
Yeah.
I love talking to you guys. Just talk
Yeah.
about whatever, really. I didn't plan
It's a
anything.
nice vibe, isn't it?
I didn't really plan anything this stream. We kind of just came in.
Yeah, we were just kind of like before the start of the stream, we were just like, what are we gonna talk about? I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I'll have some topics planned, but a lot of the time I just want to, because for instance, like this podcast, like we've kind of just come in, not really know what to talk about, but we've managed to talk about, you know, random but for me interesting things.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to talk.
Doing all sorts of...
I'm kind of leaving the coronavirus train now. With I'm talking about that because I just want to let that be.
Yeah.
That's what Callum kind of brought up.
It's a easy kind of thing to talk about because there's always new stuff happening, but kind of like with Brexit, although there's loads of news, it all kind of feels like the same news.
Yeah.
Like all the time. It's
Yeah.
boring. Bores me. The media's boring. I hate it.
Yeah, I wish that I've said this a lot, but I wish there was good in the media. I wish there was something interesting. Like I know.
Yeah,
It's as sad
they
as
always
the
show
news
the
can be.
drama side.
It's what catches the audience, though, Matt. It's what gets.
Well, did you guys hear the milestone that Britain passed this week?
Yeah, it's like about we haven't been running on coal for like.
Yeah, we have not burnt a single piece of coal for electricity in over 2 months now.
Jeez.
How
I think
amazing is that? And have you heard a single media outlet report that? Fuck no, you haven't. I haven't actually. You'd have thought that'd be huge news going, yeah, Britain's almost fully green. And we
Yeah.
have been for almost 2 months. And surely if they reported on that, that would mean a massive push for the environment. However, they haven't reported shit. They're only reporting the shit like, oh yeah, hundreds of people are fucking dying. And wars are starting and everyone needs to be kept fucking depressed, so they're listening to the news so they know what to be depressed about.
Like they think
Fucking boring.
the only things we care about, like the daily coronavirus reports and the death counts, like literally,
It's
like
so shit.
if that coal thing had been all over the news in the UK, that would bring so much hope to so many people thinking, oh my god, like our country's becoming greener, like we're just like it's better for
Exactly.
society and everyone's head.
I think it's such good news that we're going green. I mean, the reason why we've gone green is because coronavirus, everyone's using a lot less power. So because of that, they've been able to take the coal stuff off the grid. Does that mean we'll be permanently not burning coal? Probably not. Once lockdown work again, that will probably go back up. But it shows that we can. Only what 4. And I environment like green, good green. We're getting a huge wind farm, so we're gonna have loads of wind power, clean as fuck. Then we're gonna have a huge. I think we're gonna have the largest solar built near us as well in Great.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be huge because you know that's gonna. That little push for the infrastructure. And once that infrastructure's in place, we don't have to rely on coal and all those.
yeah, like people
the way to
complain
go.
that oh, it's visual pollution, it's a waste of space and stuff. But you'd rather have that than
Yeah.
coal power.
That is a better alternative. And to be fair, as someone who has always lived with the wind turbines in Whitstable, I like them. They look cool and they spin, and you're like, ooh, that looks cool. I don't think it's visual pollution. I think out there, who gives a fuck? No one gives a fuck. It's out there. It's in the sea.
I think they look sick.
No. Yeah, exactly. I think they look cool, and I think because they're producing clean energy, even if they do look a bit shit, who gives a fuck? Because they're producing clean energy. I'm such an advocate for, you know, green energy and not burning coal and gas and everything for as much as you can. And I think this is definitely the way forward.
Yeah, it's much better. Like we deal with this much better than other countries. Like a lot of countries are still running on like all coal power, and they get these like I've forgotten what they're called, but there's these massive things like during times of the year when like these cities are just covered in smoke and you can barely see anything. I think it's in China or something. Smog, that's it. Yeah, and like
and the thing is, right, you know, Poland.
Yeah.
At the moment, Poland's being threatened to be kicked out of the EU. Because basically, Poland is full of coal. They are completely full to the brim of coal. So it's like natural for them to be burning coal. And they're literally doing it to the point where the EU is like, you need to fucking stop this. And they're like, no. So they actually might get kicked out of the EU because they aren't like reforming their green energy policy, and I think that is the level of action that is needed now, because ultimately if countries like Poland, like other places that produce a lot of coal, if they don't switch, no matter how much like England and America and the majority of Europe, no matter how much we change, that's going to help. But compared to the places like, you know, Russia and China and Poland that just spew out like greenhouses like that, no matter what we do, it can't fully solve the problem. It has to be a global effort, I think, a global push for
Yeah, definitely.
green.
Yeah.
Which is why I was so down for the Extinction Rebellion like last year and the year before, when that was huge. And I think the coronavirus stuff has kind of made that die down a little bit, unfortunately.
Mm.
You know, we got a lot of BLM protests at the moment. We haven't had much in the way of a climate strike at all.
Mm.
Yeah, because BLM.
To be fair though, you can't really climate strike because no one's really working. So...
Yeah, and people complain that you're not staying inside and social distancing.
Yeah, but that's such bullshit, because the left complained when the right was going out and protesting, and yet no one's complaining. Well, a lot of people are complaining, but like it's not as loud, the complaints towards the left now that all the BLM's coming out and doing that. Does that mean I'm not agreeing with that? Absolutely fuck no, I completely agree with the cause. I just think it's unnecessarily putting people's lives in danger, you know?
Yeah, why are people willing to put their lives at risk just to make their voices heard out, like in real life, like out in the cities?
Well,
Why
that's
can't they just
exactly
focus
why,
online?
mate. Because if you're putting your life on the line, it's the same with like hunger strikes and shit.
To be
That is
fair.
the best way to get your message across, to show that you're actually willing to die for the cause. But I mean, the problem is, it's not just you. Like, it's all the people that you
Like
live with.
you could put
and
other lives
who
at
they
risk.
have.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like me myself, if I went out, I am not directly at risk, and the family I live in isn't directly at risk. The people my mum is in contact with, for example, our good friend Shirley, she is an elderly person. If she had coronavirus, it would wipe her out, no question. So
Yeah.
I have to be aware of that. You know, I have to be aware of that. So I'm not going to the protests on Saturday, and I think there's a minor attitude actually I saw, especially in America, that if you're not attending the protests, you're a racist. And I'm like, there are so many reasons not to be attending these protests other than being a racist and not supporting the cause.
Mm.
Stupid. Sounds
Yeah.
stupid.
I will I will be definitely attending. I think it's something I want to be part of. Yeah, just good. You know, yes, like
Yeah, man.
like it's not that I think we're kind of coming together as a community
Yeah.
again, and
Yeah.
I think it's just good to be part of you know, of it, I guess. Just be a part of this, I think.
I'm
just
not willing
do what's
to
right.
risk my life for that, so I'm afraid I won't be attending.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of that is you know, people not going because of the coronavirus, which I get. I mean, I'm gonna, of course, be keeping a distance,
Yeah.
if I can, but sometimes
I mean,
sometimes I think you've got to put risks out there to do good for the world.
Exactly. I mean, for me, right, I was actually planning on going, but I realised that, you know, it was actually coincidentally on Saturday. That is when the day a year ago my dad passed away. So we're gonna go visit him instead of going to that. You know, I got invited to come there to go with Scarlett.
Yeah.
And I've left it on a. I'm gonna go down to see Dad when my mum finishes work, and she's gonna come pick me up. So I might be able to come down
Yeah,
You know,
put
for a
your
little
dad,
bit,
put seeing your dad first. You know, that's
yeah.
definitely
I'm not gonna skip out seeing him. So it's literally it's like if I can come, I will, but I probably can't.
yeah. No. That's like, yeah, because that's understandable.
Nah, family comes first.
Family comes first.
Yeah,
Family
man.
definitely comes first. But yeah,
Honestly,
no,
though,
I'll
on
be
a
down
real
there
one,
with the sign and just, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. That's the thing. I'm
what's
going
your
down with.
sign gonna be? Have you made it yet?
No, not yet. I'm going to meet a couple of mates I'm going out with, and we're going to be basically. He's got like some cardboard, and we're just gonna see what comes to mind, really.
Could just make it a black square,
Yeah,
or
but I think
you
it's.
could
I
have
think
the
it.
George Floyd "I can't breathe."
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be. So I think it's as much as I can. Go. But I think it's definitely gonna be like a text message. No, like a written
text
message.
message.
No, like a written message.
Yeah.
And that. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's gonna happen because
Mm.
God
I'm
knows what
just
can go
hoping it
down.
won't turn. I'm just hoping the protests won't turn violent again.
I mean,
Worries me,
I
man.
have a feeling it may, because first of all, it's Canterbury, and
It is Canterbury.
Oh
That's the thing.
god, if people start looting Canterbury, oh god.
just saying that
I
is a
mean,
possibility.
I could so see that happening.
What
I could
what?
so see it happening.
Aren't there like jewelry stores and shit? Like I swear
Yes,
there's like
there are.
Rolex and stuff down there in
Yes.
Canterbury. I don't know if they've like put their stock away or if
They
they're
probably
still
are
in
going
there.
to. A lot of shops, even if it's just like a hair salon or something, they're probably going to secure their shops.
Prepare for the worst,
Prepare
yeah.
for the worst, because
Hunker
know.
down. Get the roof Koreans out.
it could go very
Because for the
bad.
type of people we have in our community, I know some people will try to loot Canterbury.
Yeah, same.
Exactly, and
It's
I think
disgusting. It's
the
disgusting.
people, the people that decide to start looting, there is no justification for it. There is nothing that you can say or do that justifies that cause. Because I just think when you turn a peaceful protest violent, it loses its message.
Exactly.
The people that are looting for George Floyd in quotation marks, they are just
That's
doing it
not
because they want
protesting.
free
That's a crime. That's just you committing
that's
crime.
just you want free shit. That's just you want free shit, and that is not gonna help your cause at all. People are less likely to listen to you. The amount of times I've seen posts going, "Yeah, but this method works," and
No, it doesn't.
I think they pointed to one thing in history. I think it was the first ever Pride stuff. That was actually originally a proper riot. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. Turn it into a riot. But there are so many examples of a peaceful protest that gets its way. How many? Like, for example, right, Gandhi went on a hunger strike and kicked the British out of India. Like, geez, man, that's quite ballsy. I think there's better ways to protest than looting your local shops and businesses who are already fucked because of Corona.
Yeah.
The amount of businesses that were like going through Corona almost fucking lost everything, and if they get looted, that is it for them. How many people's lives have just been fucking destroyed by this? It's
Yeah, I mean,
tragic, honestly.
it only takes one person to set it off. You know, I think the police have to be extremely smart with the protest, because it could take one officer to say something, or I don't know, maybe
One
throws-
officer pushes a boat out, someone throws a brick at the officer, then the officers reply in kind with a bit of force, and then the people fucking push. And the moment the people push that picket line, that is the moment the protest will turn violent.
Yeah.
You know, and there is nothing the police can really do, because
Yeah.
whatever the police do, it's the wrong thing. If you think about it, like, if they don't then respond in kind, they have an out of control riot. If they do respond in kind, more and more people are going to join that violence, because it's fundamentally the protests are anti-police. If they see police fucking hurting people, that's just going to fucking fuel the fire, honestly.
Yeah.
And it just creates a bunch of propaganda and stuff online. Like, oh, look what the police are doing.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then all the police are making all this stuff online. I mean, do you remember, like, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but the amount of stuff coming up on Instagram where like undercover officers were caught setting alight to stores and shit to spark protest to make it more
Yeah.
violent. I just think fucking that's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
The world is a
I
fucked
think you
up
have
place.
good cops and you got bad. I think there are definitely
Obviously,
good out there, but I think
mate,
what the
you know what
I
I've been
think what the
saying?
social media shows is it kind of because
just-
of course there are good police out there. I know there are. I've met you
Yeah.
know good nice policemen before. I think why they get a lot of hate is because of social media. You know, they show all of the bad that
bad
police are
side.
doing, which is there's no excuse. Like it's disgusting. And I think that then turns people's minds on that all police are like that. And no, not all of them are like that, but
mate,
it's just
you know
it's just
I've been
sad to see.
saying. You know I've been saying fuck the cops since like year 8, year 9.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean I hate all cops. Obviously, there are good cops in the force that are going to
like fuck the
change
bad,
the whole.
yeah,
Yeah, they're going to change it for the better from the inside. However, I also believe that the police is fundamentally a system based on the control of the masses, and that is just such an easily corruptible system to have. Ultimately, a society with no police is going to be worse than one with police. I just think that what they can do needs to be regulated a hell of a lot more, and I think every policeman that shoots an unarmed person should go to jail. Every
Yeah.
single one of them. It's
I think
always murder.
I think
There is no
their
justification.
power. I think they take advantage. I think a lot of the time they take advantage of
Exactly,
the power
and
position they're in.
I think that because they are in a system where they can take advantage of that power really easily, I think that's what breeds the racism, because they can get away with it.
Yeah,
If people can't get away with having those opinions, then they are at very minimum going to shut the fuck up about their opinions, and they're not going to show them, which is going to sort the problem out. That's minimum. But, I mean, it's just so weird to think that in 2020 we live in a place with such bad racism that it's literally caused rioting.
yeah. This generation is
halfway across the globe. Exactly, like you'd think that this is the most progressive time and that people just don't care anymore, but they clearly do still. It's ridiculous, honestly.
It's just sad, man. It's just like we'd all think by now that this would come to an end, but unfortunately that's not the case. I think there's always going to be racism in the world. I think there's always going to be that group of people that will be heavily racist on people. I don't think that can be stopped, but I think it can be reduced massively.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, if a kid is raised by parents that, like my parents, who just taught about love and equality and respect, and from a very early age, I was shown that there is no difference in that, and that peace and love is the way. How often do you think a kid raised in that sort of environment is gonna learn to be racist and become a racist? How many of those kids are who have been taught to love everyone and to to love equality and all this? How many of those kids are gonna suddenly hate black people? It's
Very
few. Very few. Racist parents breed racist kids.
Yeah.
If a dad makes racist jokes in front of his kids is gonna learn that it's okay and it's funny to joke about that.
Yeah.
It's down to the upbringing and like the people you grow up with, really.
I believe so. I definitely believe so. And the fact that there are a hell of a lot more, racists back in, for example, the 60s than there are now, it does show that it's improving, but it's certainly not,
The problem's
a
still
done
there. And it's
deal
still
yet.
massive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
mean,
think we just all got to
and-
work together. I think we all have to. I just wish we could all just be one big. I wish people just.
I wish so.
I wish people just couldn't be
I wish so.
separated. With what color they are, what sexuality they are. I wish we could just be. And I've said this before with the whole Pride
More
events. Like
accepting
I
of
have
everyone.
never ever turned up to a Pride event because I don't want to.
I never will.
I don't want to section myself away from everyone else. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just like them. But do you know what I mean? That's.
To be fair, for me, I would go to a Pride event not to show. For me, it wouldn't be to
show solidarity with anyone really in this country. It's more for the people in places like Iraq and Iran and places like that, where it's actually illegal to be gay,
Yeah.
and you can be arrested for it. And I mean, I find that genuinely crazy. I find it crazy that you can
still get
that, you know,
executed for
put
it.
you can still get the death penalty for it in some places, which I just think is unbelievable.
I just
Like,
don't know the issue. I wish someone could
I
tell
don't see the
me.
issue either. I don't understand why people care what you want to do. Like, I really don't understand it. I don't
The thing
understand
is,
why people think it's their business. what you
This is
do.
the thing about the world. The world, like a lot of the time can control the way you live, unfortunately, which
Yeah.
is like, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's, you know, I just wish everyone could live their lives the way they want to and not have to worry about being, you know, in a certain country and you are gay or whatever, like, and then, you know, you have the possibility of being arrested or, as Callum said, executed.
Exactly, and I think when it's illegal to be gay, that will discourage a lot of people from
Coming out.
just being who they are, and that's gonna so heavily influence, you know, self-harm and suicide rates. Honestly,
And
like,
this-
if
and
you,
this
if
is
you
what I
don't
said with
allow
races.
someone.
Like, that you can never, I don't, me personally, I don't think, and I had to say this, but I don't think homophobia, people being racist will never ever stop. There's always going to be people out there that will think that way. But as I said, with people being racist, that you can always reduce it, but you won't be
Yeah.
able to stop it. It's kind of, it's
Yeah, no, I
literally
agree.
like the coronavirus. Like, this is a virus that we won't be able to completely stop, but we'll be able to manage it, control it, and reduce it. And I think that's the same with racism.
I would agree. I would agree with you, Jude. I would agree with you in the sense that, you know, however, I do agree that over time, I think it will heavily decrease in numbers. I don't think that it's going to always stay around this number because fundamentally, racist parents will breed racist kids. However, they are also likely to produce the complete opposite. People who are exposed to that and just don't think that way. You know, there's going to be a lot more kids born to racist parents who aren't racist themselves than there are going to be kids born to loving parents who love equality and all that shit. How many of those are going to be racist? I think there's going to be a lot more of the first than the second. So I believe, as that fact is true, I think there's going to be a lot less racism.
I know
If that makes sense. I don't even know if
I
that
know
made
for a
any sense
fact
at all.
I know for a fact that it is going to yeah, I know for a fact that it's going to decrease, and it will come down. But, you know, unfortunately, how the world is, I don't think. Maybe sometime in the future it will come to an end. But I always think there are going to be people out there that are twisted minded and think differently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just yeah, I just disagree with it, and I just wish people just didn't have the fear to come out and all of that. And that's why I just don't make it as a big deal if someone comes out and they tell me, like, as much as I'm happy for them, you know, I'm not going to treat you any differently. I'm going to treat you the same.
Yeah, you're still the same person you were before.
Like, yeah,
the end
don't
of the
expect
day.
for me to, you know, respect you more or dislike you more. Like, I'm going to treat you like who you are. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that's the way. I think including you, I think every single person that has come out to me in the past, I think my response has been in the nicest way. I don't.
Yeah, and I respect that. I expected
Like
that.
in the nicest way. Like, thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. However, yeah, good for you. Like
Yeah.
ultimately,
And-
like the fact that you're gay doesn't affect me at all.
I'd rather it be like that than me getting praised and be like, oh, you know, yeah, like I don't
Oh my God,
want that.
Jude, well done. You're so brave.
I don't want that.
It's personal, really. Like, people don't need to know. Like, I say it in the kindest way. I'm not saying, oh, like, we don't give a shit about you, like, whoever you are, but like, it's a personal thing. Like, not many people need to know about that. Like, I guess if it comes up and like you're asked, then I guess if you want to tell them, you can.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Jude, I think you'll remember when we hung out with those people the other day, and we were literally just hanging out, and we were introducing ourselves to these people we'd literally.
Yeah.
And do you remember when one of the girls said, "I swear you turned gay for a bit, didn't you?" In this really condescending way.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, what is the fuck? What the fuck is she implying? Like, what is about to happen? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think, thankfully we all just kind of like skipped over that bit, but it just really made me think, like, who cares? Honestly,
it's
like,
none of your
what does it
business.
matter?
Why should it matter?
It's none of your business. You just met this man, like, yeah.
And that
it's
is the
weird.
exact
It's
reason
weird.
why I don't want I don't know, I just don't want to put myself in any of those categories. Like, you can think what
Yeah.
you want about me and what I may come across to you, but at the end of the day, I'm still the same person.
You're
I'm not
still
gonna
the same
change.
person, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's where like a lot of hate sparks up in the pride community, because I mean not everyone like this is it, but some people expect to be treated differently because of their sexuality or gender, and then they praise this in like the pride part like month and shit. It's
Yeah.
like you don't need to be treated differently, and I've said it like
you
I
can
say it again.
literally be the exact same person you were.
Yeah,
Without making that almost like the center point. I do agree that some people, it's kind of like the center point of their personality.
that's the issue. That's where this hate comes from, like because they just don't
Yeah.
shut up about it, and they feel the need to tell everyone
yeah.
they know. It's like they don't
Exactly.
need to
It's
know.
just like,
Like, just
who you are behind closed doors is ultimately nothing to do with them at all.
Yeah, tell people you
Right.
trust. Tell people who need to know or are curious about it. I guess that's
don't use it as a
Don't
thing
need to
to
feel
brag.
the need
and-
to lie about it. I think if I was gay and someone asked me about that, I'd tell anyone who asked me, I'd tell them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to them about it. You know, it's not like I'm
Yeah.
gonna lie to them and be like, "Yeah, I'm straight." Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know.
But
So I think that.
but I think we're gonna be wrapping up the podcast for this one today, boys.
Mhm.
And that. But yeah, thank you, Callum and Auryn, for coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure.
yeah, no
having you
problem, man.
guys
It's
on
been a pleasure to be on here again.
Pleasure. Yeah, it's been a good time.
Next stream is going to be delayed to now Saturday, just because
I
we've
won't be
talked
available. It
on
depends
a
on the
lot.
time.
Yeah, I
We've talked
probably
on a
can't
lot the
make that
last
one either.
couple of days. Oh no, not Saturday because I'm at thingy. It'll either be Friday or Sunday. It'll either just be me or my friends on. The reason of the delay is because we've talked a lot on a lot of subjects, and I just want to see if any new topics come up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Be sure to follow, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you again for Callum and Auryn for joining. I'll see you guys very soon.
Yeah, cheers. See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Hell yeah.